So, Jasper, the candidates have been named, the campaign's underway. How is the race shaping up?
Monty, the interesting thing is that the opposition challenger for the presidency, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, is holding his lead. Early this month, a bunch of opinion polls forecast that Kılıçdaroğlu would beat President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. That was when it was predicted he would beat it by 10%. Now, those polls were seen as a flash in the pan. People said this cannot last. But now, Metropole, which is arguably the most reliable pollster in the country. It was the only polling company to predict that Erdogan's party would lose its majority in parliament in 2015. Metropole has now come out and said that if the elections were held this Sunday, all of the opposition parties combined would get 51% of the vote. That means they could take parliament if they cooperated. Secondly, Metropole said that if the elections go to a second round runoff, then Erdogan would get 42% and Kılıçdaroğlu would get nearly 45%. Now, it's early days. There are 6 weeks to go before polling day. But let me tell you, in the campaigning so far, you notice an interesting difference. Erdogan is making speeches as per usual on a stage, behind a rostrum, doing the normal presidential thing. He doesn't seem to have the fire in his belly that he used to have, however. Kılıçdaroğlu is making short speeches on Twitter where he sits in his kitchen in an open-necked white shirt. Behind him, you see his oven and his dishcloths, and he is coming across as Mr. Everyman. And perhaps this is winning him support.
Well, so Jasper, the first round happens May 14th. You mentioned the possibility this could go to a second round. What are the chances that this could go to a second round? What happens then?
Yeah, to win on the first round, you have to get 50% plus one, and it looks like no presidential candidate will do that, in which case there'll be a second-round runoff between the leading two candidates 2 weeks later, May 28th. Erdogan is facing a challenger on the right, Sinan Oğan, whom one could describe as a thinking conservative. Kılıçdaroğlu is facing a challenger from the left, Muharrem İnce. Now, İnce is everything that Kılıçdaroğlu is not. He's aggressive, he's strident. But this could be a good thing for Kılıçdaroğlu. It will keep him on his toes, make him a better candidate. İnce will, however, take votes from Kılıçdaroğlu in the first round. But when it comes to the second round, İnce's people are going to vote for Kılıçdaroğlu. They will not vote for Erdogan, that's for sure. Let me end with one caution. My biggest fear in these elections is that a militant group will detonate a bomb and kill people. If that happens, it will frighten the electorate and the voters will swing behind Erdogan as a strong man. Any atrocity would skewer this election.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Our correspondent in Ankara, Jasper Mortimer. Jasper, thanks as always.